Hey everyone, I hope you're all well. Welcome back to the channel and of course another video. Now this one is going to be about my race calendar, which is what I promised to you over in the last video that I sent out. So without further ado, let's get to it. You know what, I am really looking forward to this season. It isn't far off now and you can smell it in the air. So my race calendar, to be honest, it really isn't that much different from last year, and that's because of a couple of things really. Well, one, deferrals. A couple of deferrals have had to roll over, and secondly, I'm revisiting some of my favourite races. So the season has more or less sort of started because I have taken on one race already, and that was the Cambridge Half Marathon, and I did a video on that and I'll link to that in the cards above. So if you haven't seen that and you want to know how I got on, go check that video out. But just around the corner, the triathlon season is upon us, and on the 7th of May over in Dorney Lake, I'm going to take on a race that I always do every year, and that is the Nations Triathlon. Now, I've said before on the channel that I really like doing this race. It's one I do every year. It kicks off my season because it's only a sprint, and I don't often get to do sprints. They're, you know, nice and short, but it also gives you a chance to dust off the cobwebs, try out any new gear, that kind of thing, and yeah, really get the season going. It's not that far from me also, so bit of a bonus. And on the following weekend we head to the Outlaw Half over in Nottingham with OSB Events, and this is one of my favourite races, one of my favourite race organisers, and I'm going to be really interested to see how I do this year. I've done this race a couple of times, but yeah, it's one of my A races, I suppose, if you want to call it that. So yeah, we head there the week later, which I think is the 15th of May. That then leaves me 4 weeks until my next race, where I'll be heading up to Stafford to take on Ironman Staffordshire 70.3. Now, this is a race I have done before, 2017 I think it was, and it was bloody hot. It was scorching. It wasn't pleasant racing conditions, I can tell you that. But yeah, this is one I should have done in 2020, but because of the pandemic, things have been pushed, and yeah, it's rolled over to 2022. So yeah, we head up there. Now, admittedly, the course has changed since I did it. I think the run course is different this time, so it's going to be hard to compare to obviously the last time I did it. But anyway, it's another day out. Again, that leaves me another 4-week break. Break, that's probably not the best word to use. A gap. It's not a break because I will not be sitting on my arse in that time. Yeah, a gap between Ironman Staffordshire to my next race, which will be the Cotswolds Classic 70.3. Now, this is a race I've never done before, and it's a new one for me. I've heard some really good things about it. A few of the TTT athletes have done it and said good things, so I'm looking forward to that. Trying out a different course, yeah, and seeing what it has to offer. Now, that will be my third 70.3 distance, and that will equal the most I've ever done in a season. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm not taking on 3. I am going to be taking on 4 70.3s this season, which will be a first for me. And in August, I will head over to France. Well, I'll be there all summer actually. But we were taking on Man Vichy 70.3, which is usually pretty damn hot, I can tell you, because I have done it once before. Again, that was another deferral. I should have done that back in 2020, but with the pandemic, it's been pushed to this year. I could have done it last year actually, but what with restrictions and all the silliness going on in France, I chose to just defer it. So yeah, 4 70.3s. What am I doing? Now, that would be pretty much the end of my season. Usually, but there is one more race that I'm still booked in to do, and that is the big half in September in London, which is again another deferral, and then they've changed the date to do them in September, which is not the best time for me considering the season that I've just had. But I'm thinking, you know what, let's just get it done. I should have some reasonable fitness and form, what from doing an Ironman a couple of weeks before. So yeah, we'll just get that done, and that will pretty much wrap up the season, I think, for me. You know, there might be some other things that pop up that might interest me. Who knows? You never know with this thing. Things change quite a lot, but my focus is purely on the 70.3s this year. That's where my goals lie. You know, the ones that I'm really aiming at and looking at are the Outlaw Half and then the Cotswolds Classic. I know I've got 4 of them, but I can't be in peak shape for all of them, particularly the summer one where I am going to be on my summer holiday. So yeah, they're the 2 that I'm going to focus on. So it'll be interesting to see how I get on and what I can achieve this year. So there you go, guys, there's my race calendar. And you know what, it'd be great to meet some of you at these events if you're at them. I know a fair few YouTubers, fellow YouTubers, triathlete YouTubers who are doing some of these events, as well as some of the TTT athletes. So you know what, if you're doing them or if you're a viewer and you're at these races, come and say hi. It's amazing how last year I had so many people say to me, oh, I saw you at an event, or I watch your videos, but never come and say hi. You never know, you might feature on the channel. You don't have to though. But yeah, do say hi. Don't be shy. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave it there. And I'm not going to say what the next video is or where that's going to be. But I will see you very soon.